Hi, Sally Hancock here, and I wanted to share a Harry Potter themed junk journal / traveler's notebook that I made for my sister. And when I went to edit the video, I realized I had accidentally deleted the part where I made the covers for the inserts. So here's how I did it. I found these really cool images on the internet, and I searched and I finally found who made them, and they were free to use. So I chose 4 covers. I can't find the image of the history of Hogwarts that I did end up using. And I also found a cute platform 9 3/4 ticket image that I used. And so I just imported them into my Word program and sized them to be 7 inches by 5 inches, and then printed them on cardstock. And then I just used some distress ink to do the insides to kind of make them look a little distressed. Then I have the rest of it on the, I have it taped. So we will continue on with making the inserts. Okay, so I wanted some lined paper, and this was lined paper, just some filler notebook paper, but I thought, it needs to look like parchment to be fun and look like more like a school books. And when I coffee dyed it, all the lines faded. You can kind of see the red line there, but oh well. So then I thought, well, I could maybe print it, maybe print some graph paper on it, but it worked sometimes, but sometimes it didn't. So I just gave up and thought, well, she can just have blank paper. I also coffee dyed just some copy paper, and then I have this brown paper that I thought would be fun to add to the mix of the papers for the inserts. So these papers are 10.5 by 8 exactly, and my covers are 7 by 5. So I'm just going to cut these in half, and then the top part will be just about exactly right. Even the 5 looks a little bit big. Well, maybe I could... No, I don't want to trim the top and bottom. I am going to cut this. Let me see. What are these covers again? They're just under 5, looks like, maybe. Yeah, just under 5. So I think maybe I'll try cutting it at 4 3/4 instead of 5. Okay, that looks about perfect. And then I can just trim off the extra off the edges when I'm all done. So I will cut all of these down to 4 3/4. And be right back. Okay, I think I figured out how I want to do the inserts. So I think I'll do a Copic stitch to sew the book together, and then when I'm done with that, then I can use my X-Acto knife to trim that up. Alright, so I kind of had my pages all jaggedy thinking that it would be okay because I need to trim them anyway, but it was really hard to tell if they looked neat. So I went ahead and trimmed all the pages, and now I am ready to sew the covers together. I decided to use this gold thread because it looks kind of magical to me. So I'm going to double it, and I need a length about 1.5 times. So I'm going to measure 1.5 times and then double that. Okay, and then thread my needle. Okay, finally got it threaded. Okay, so I'm going to mark where I want my holes. Got my centering ruler, and I'll just think if I put it at about 2 and I don't know. If I center it up and kind of hold it closed a little bit, mark a hole right in the 0. My heavens. There we go. That was challenging. Okay, so then if I kind of do it at 1.5 either side of that middle hole, that should be good. Okay, got my holes marked. So now I'm going to do the pamphlet stitch, which is, start out, I'm kind of hold it kind of closed and go down through from the inside to the outside through the center hole and leave kind of a long tail and hang on to that so it doesn't go all the way through. Then I'm going to come from the outside top hole back through to the inside, then down through the bottom hole. So go from the top clear down to the bottom and out through to the outside. Kind of pull it tight, and then back through the center. And you want to have your tail on the left of this long piece and then come up on the right. So you have your 2 sides. So you have your tails on either end of this center piece. That will help hold it in place better. And just make sure it's tight. So just pull it gently. You don't want to break the thread. I'm going to cut my needle off here. No, that's not tight still. For some reason this is not staying tight. It feels tight, and then I move it and it loosens back up. So that feels tight. And then you want to tie a square knot, which is left over right. Right over left. There you go. And you can leave your tails long and put a little something to decorate the tails, or you can trim them off. I'm going to leave them long and see how I feel about putting something on there. Okay, so I will go ahead and stitch the other 2 books and then be back. Alright, all my signatures are sewn up. I think that looks really cool with the gold thread. And then I forgot that I had made these little tuck spots and had forgotten to glue down the sides. So I'm just using my fine tip glue pen, just gluing those sides of those tuck spots. There we go. All those are glued down in that one. So I'll just do the other 2 and be right back. So I decided, after looking through my beads, I found a bunch of, I guess that looks more blue, doesn't it? But I found a bunch of beads, but I realized how unravel-y this was and I wasn't sure how to attach it. So I think I'll just kind of leave these gold threads just dangling, and then I can use the beads as I can make a little dangle for the side of the cover for the traveler's notebook. So here's my inserts. They are all done. So I have a variety of papers in each of them. They're pretty much the same papers in each, and I just got these images off the internet. I could not find out who they were, who originally made them, and how to purchase them. So I'm just doing this for my own, I'm not selling them basically, but I think they look so cute. My sister's going to love it. So next I will work on the pen that I'm going to make to go with it. So we'll get to that in a minute.